In this session, we're going to deal with the big boogeyman of stress because that has a negative effect on your brain. In fact, if you actually knew what having bad thoughts and stress does to your brain, you would stop it immediately. Your body actually governs your stress response and your relaxation responses, and it does this through something called your autonomic or automatic nervous system. This system controls all of the automatic functions in your body. It's divided into two parts: the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic is the stress response, and the parasympathetic system is the relaxation response. They're both needed. We need both of them. But when they get out of balance and you have too much stress and not enough relaxation, our bodies spin out of control. Now, the stress and the relaxation response is controlled by the brain's command and control center called the hypothalamus. It's a little gland in the middle of your brain that is very powerful and regulates all of these responses. When our stress response is switched on, we get signals in every part of our body through this powerful and widespread nervous system called the autonomic nervous system, and it goes everywhere. It's the sympathetic nervous system. When this part of our nervous system is switched on, which is most of the time for most of us because of our stressful lives, our adrenal glands release cortisol, more cortisol, and they also release adrenaline, these stimulating neurotransmitters, and norepinephrine. This is a different form of adrenaline. These chemicals are activating and energizing. They're great for dealing with danger and real stresses. But the problem is the system is great to have, especially when we're in trouble or danger. And I want you to think of, like, for example, zebras grazing in the savannah. Along comes a hungry lion, and all the zebras take off extremely stressed, acutely stressed, and then one of them gets killed, and the rest go back to calmly grazing while the lion's eating the other zebra right in front of them because they know the lion's good and it's got some food and they're not stressed anymore. Your body acts like those zebras when it sets off your stress response. The problem is, in our culture, it's not run from the lion, kills one, okay, and you go back in your grass and be relaxed. The problem in our culture is this chronic, unremitting, unrelenting stress and the endless stressful inputs to our nervous system, including our nutrient-depleted diet, our processed diet, environmental toxins, electropollution, a loss of sense of control and community, inflammatory factors, infections. All these factors, gut problems, all cause a physical state of stress, and this puts us in a chronic state of alarm. Now, chronic stress increases inflammation. It increases anxiety and depression. It damages our brain memory center called the hippocampus, causing dementia and mood disorders. It reduces serotonin levels, and it interferes with our thyroid function, which causes loss of muscle, and so much more. So these are just a short list of the effects of stress. I don't want to scare you too much. Learning to relax, however, will stop the vicious cycle that keeps you from waking up and being present to your life. It'll allow you to slow down your mind and calm your mind. So to actively relax, it's just ancient techniques that are designed to do this. Things like belly breathing, deep breathing, meditation, yoga, prayer, dance, journaling, exercise, which has been shown to be as powerful as antidepressants, and some new technologies like neurofeedback, which can train you like exercise to train your brain waves to shift from stress to relaxation. But perhaps the biggest tip I have for stress reduction and creating a calm mind is to use the power of community. I often find that just having a deep conversation with a close friend can be as relaxing as receiving a massage. You can't talk about brain health without touching on community. Community can be more effective than medication when it comes to our health. Health is contagious. Just as disease is contagious, being obese and having diabetes is contagious, so is health contagious. And I did a large social experiment with Pastor Rick Warren from Saddleback Church, and Daniel Amen. We helped 15,000 people lose 250,000 pounds in a year by doing a program together as a community. They met in small groups to help each other, to love each other, to support each other, to hold each other accountable. And those who did it together lost twice as much weight and got twice as healthy. I call it the love diet. Every body needs a buddy. That's what Rick Warren says. And that's why I recommend using friend power to help you stay or get back on track with your health. Think about it. How much easier is it to stick with an eating plan and get out of bed to exercise and work toward your goals when you have somebody with you, when you know your friends are in it with you? Did you know that you're more likely to be overweight if your friends are overweight? And if your friend's friend is overweight that you never met, you're still likely to be more overweight than if your siblings are overweight. Your social networks may matter more than your genetic networks. But if your friends have healthy habits, you're more likely to get well. So think about it. If your friends are all sitting around drinking beer, having chips, and eating fries and watching TV, you're going to be sick. But if all your friends are exercising and doing yoga and drinking green juice, well, you're probably going to be healthy. So it's really important to get healthy friends. Community and the right networks are extremely important when it comes to brain health. And when we constantly build our network of friends and family and community, we create powerful allies in achieving long-term health. Having a group of like-minded individuals to keep you accountable can be really a key part of your journey towards your best health. You need to build yourself a support system to succeed long-term. You need a team working together toward the same goals. It might just be one person. It could be a self-guided support group, one led by a health coach or a wellness champion or a community health worker or a health professional or even an online community that can help support your goals and encourage and guide you. And also, if you don't have healthy friends, you can be the healthy friend. I almost always find that progress I make in my own healthy journey is enough to inspire my friends and family in creating their own health habits. Now, community was an essential part of my own healing journey, and I remember what it felt like to have brain disorder. I felt helpless. I felt hopeless. I was depressed and anxious and tired, just plain miserable. But I followed the steps outlined in these sessions, and I was able to cross the bridge to my best health and my best brain. I want the same for you. Remember, there's almost always something you can do to improve your health. Never give up. Never stop digging for what the answers are. Thanks for joining us in this course.